Hi guys, Annette here. It's been quite a long time since I've shot a video. I wanted to show you that there are alternative ways to can. I'm at my parents' house. I'm in the backyard. I'm trying not to be super loud so the neighbors can't hear me. Everyone's doing yard work because we're in isolation and it's nice outside. My parents have a glass top stove, which you're not supposed to pressure can on, so I am using our gas grill. It's just like having a gas burner inside. It will do the same job. I like to do it out here. It doesn't steam up the house or smell up the house, especially when you're cooking things. I also wanted to share that canning does not have to be expensive. I'm not going to show you the whole canning process because I have a video on the chicken noodleless soup, and that's what I'm making right now. A lot of people are talking about being self-sufficient right now and planting gardens and learning how to home can. My home canning videos actually have been getting a lot of traction. And I just wanted to say that canning can be very expensive or it can be very inexpensive. It depends on how you go about getting your supplies. The most expensive thing is going to be your pressure canner. I'm great with using a Presto. It's what I've always used. They're about $70-ish on Amazon. This is the 23 quart, so you can double stack pints if you want to. Single layer of quarts, which is what I'm doing today. Jars, I either buy on a really good sale or used. I rarely buy them new anymore. They have to be a really, really good sale for me to buy new. I have so many rings that I don't need those. So I try to get my jars at the thrift store. They are 20 cents a piece at my Goodwill, so very inexpensive. Just check them over for chips and cracks. I don't know what my camera is doing right now. Sorry about that. It's like zooming without me zooming it. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, so sorry. The food is the other thing I wanted to talk about. That right there is a Ziploc bag of pulled chicken meat. Carrots and celery are in that back bowl, and onions are in this front one. And then that is broth made from the bones. There's a tiny bit of fat on top, but it's not too bad. You can see it there. That 10-pound bag of chicken hindquarters cost me $2.99. They had a really good sale at the store, so it was only 30 cents a pound. And it gave me a gallon Ziploc, like you see here, of meat, and then all that broth. The carrots and celery and onions came from my gleaning program, so a shop is about $3-ish, and I get a ton more stuff than just that. I get usually about $50 to $100 worth of groceries every time I go. So this was literally pennies. And then the rings I've had, and then the lids actually also came from my gleaning program. The box was open, so they taped it shut. They couldn't sell it at the store, so it got donated. Gadget Gleaners is a great program because instead of things ending up in the landfill, they end up in people's homes and can be used. So I'm gonna fill up these jars and then I'll be back. Okay guys, the carrots and celery and onions are in all of the jars now. I'm going to divide up the meat in them as well. If you watch my noodleless chicken soup recipe that's already on here, you'll know that I fill my jars pretty full with the vegetables and chicken. Sorry about the train in the background, because I can always add more broth when I boil the noodles later, if we want to have noodles in our soup. Alright guys, as you can see, this used most of the, sorry, there's a fly around me, I didn't want it to land on anything. This used most of the broth. There's a tiny little bit in there, and there's a little bit of chicken left, but those 7 quarts are all full. Sorry, there's stuff on my hands from filling the jars. I will need to go get a cloth and wipe the rims. I am going to debubble them and put them in the canner. They have a 1-inch headspace for pressure canning, and they're going to go in the pressure canner for 90 minutes because I do not follow the soup directions, I follow the meat directions. So once I get them in the canner, I will bring you guys back. Okay guys, I'm just going to show you the last jar going in. That's, whoa, bit of focus. There we go. That's what it looks like. I don't like to pre-cook my vegetables. You'll find that out in the chicken noodleless soup canning video that I have, because I think they cook so long, I don't want them to be overcooked. So it's going to go right in there, in the middle. The water's already starting to get heated up, but I'm going to get the lid on. I've checked over everything. I've checked the seal. I have the weight. We're just going to wait for this to start venting. Okay guys, well there's the canner. It is heating up right now. You can kind of see the flame underneath there. I don't have it on completely high. I don't want to heat it up too quickly. The water was getting pretty hot in there before I put the jars in. The jars were just warm because the vegetables were raw and the chicken was cold, but the broth was pretty hot. Yeah, I just want to encourage you guys, if you want to start canning, just, jump in. I have a bunch of videos on canning. Feel free to watch them. Definitely go to the National Centers for Home Food Preservation website. It's the USDA's website for home canning. All of the times and temperatures and procedures are on there for free online. I will try to link it below. I will try to link some of my canning videos. This chicken noodleless soup is one of the most popular ones. And I just want to encourage you that canning does not have to be expensive either. That chicken, like I said, it was a 10-pound bag of hindquarters, cost $2.99. That is abnormal for my area, but you can find it a lot of times for $6, even in my area. The vegetables are practically free for me. The jars were 20 cents at my Goodwill. They also have been used more than one time, so if you factor that in, all of those jars I know for sure at least had fruit in them because they came from my parents' house, and I do a lot of canning of peaches and applesauce and stuff like that over here because we have fruit trees. The pressure canner is definitely the most expensive part. You can find them sometimes, like I said, at the thrift store or on like Craigslist or something like that. But your best bet is probably just going to be ordering it off of a place like Amazon. I get the weighted gauge, if you can see it right there. That's about another $12 or so on Amazon. And if you want an extra rack to double stack pints, that's about another $10 or so on Amazon. The extra rack, sorry, I'm outside, birds so loud. The extra rack and the weighted gauge are, an added expense, but so all around, if you get all the pieces, it's probably around $100. But it's a one-time investment. Eventually you have to replace the seal. I try to wash my seal and then put petroleum jelly, Vaseline on it. It's the original one. I've had my pressure canner for over 5 years now. I did get a backup, and I have it just in case. I also want to encourage you, if you have a glass top stove, if you have a grill and you have a burner on your grill, you can definitely pressure can outside. Especially as the weather gets nicer, sometimes it's nicer just to can outside. I do also like to boiling water bath outside because all the steam stays outside and not in the house, especially when it's hot in the summer. Here in Washington, we do not have, most places do not have air conditioning. So to can inside in the summer makes your house really, really hot. I know a lot of people are like diving in with both feet because, of the situation that we're in. And I just want to encourage people not to be afraid of pressure canning. And it is a little bit of an investment. Some people make it out to be that it's very expensive. I don't think it has to be, though. It's ideal if you're able to grow some of your own produce, which we do. We grow tomatoes and green beans and those kinds of things, but I do get a lot from my food rescue program, which is Gadget Gleaners. When I say gleaning program, that's what I mean. We glean farmers' fields in the summertime if we're able to, but grocery stores also give us their cold produce. I have multiple videos also on Gadget Gleaners, so if you guys are interested, you can check those out. Birds. I will try and link some of those below. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's good to talk to you again. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.